powerful manifestors. It's Victoria Gallagher here, and I'm going to tell you about how to control your thoughts. Oh my goodness, I actually didn't put my title on about what I'm even talking about on my Facebook Live, so I'm going to need to remember to go back and put the title on what I'm talking about, because today is about a technique on controlling your thoughts. And I got to tell you, this simple technique that I'm going to teach you is literally going to help you to control your thoughts. In this video, I'm sharing a technique that's going to help you to interrupt and replace the thoughts that you think with more desirable thoughts that are going to literally help you to reprogram your subconscious mind. You're going to eliminate that chatter, the negative thought chatter, the negative self-talk, and become a master of your mind. Okay, but first, hello, powerful manifestors. Victoria Gallagher here, Law of Attraction hypnotist, #1 best-selling author of Practical Law of Attraction. And I'm here to help you tap into the power of your mind, align yourself with the manifesting conditions, and successfully attract your dreams, your goals, and a life and business you love. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also click the bell icon wherever it is, below, to the side, I don't know. Be sure to click it though, so that you can be alerted whenever I go live. All right. And if you're watching over on YouTube, be sure to come over and like my Facebook page, which is Victoria Marie Gallagher. My Facebook page is Victoria Marie Gallagher. I just switched that over from Hip Talk. So that's Victoria Marie Gallagher now. And that way you can interact with me and leave comments while I am doing these videos live. There's just so much more energy when you're actually here with me on Facebook. And then these get reposted over to YouTube for you to watch again and again and again. So if you're here with me right now on Facebook, make sure you go over and subscribe to these videos on YouTube. All right, are you ready to get into today's discussion? Because it's so important. This is life-changing stuff. Your mind is the most powerful tool that you have to create good in your life. But if you use it incorrectly, it can also be the most destructive force. So I want to ask you, be honest with me right now. Be honest with yourself, and maybe even leave a comment and let me know what is happening. Have you been using your mind for being more productive and positive? What kind of thoughts have you been thinking? Okay, because ultimately your thoughts, and they don't just magically appear. There's no magic genie that's automatically just going to grant your wishes. But if your thoughts, whatever you're consistently thinking of, that is eventually going to manifest. And there's something, it's really, really good. And I'm not going to tell you right now because I just, really want to keep it to myself. But there's something amazing that I am in the process of manifesting that just, when you think about and you meditate on something positive that you desire, eventually it does start to happen. And when it does happen, oh my God, it's so lightning fast. Things are happening right now much sooner, much earlier than I had imagined they were going to. So I can't wait to tell you about it, but I'm going to keep it to myself until things progress a little further along. But things are moving very quickly. And they can move very quickly on the positive side, and they can move very quickly on the negative side as well. So if you're listening to all of the news, if you have people that are posting and debating about like who, I mean, some of the things that people are really thinking about right now, they're letting themselves get distracted from their dreams and their goals. Like, none of this stuff really impacts you in your inner circle, in your life. So you want to really project and put your energy on things that you have control over. All right. And stop allowing yourself to get upset and dwell on things that you have absolutely no control over. What is the use of that? What is the purpose of that? And so, my book, Practical Law of Attraction, really goes into very in-depth details about how you manifest something. It takes you through step by step through all the techniques, how to get yourself into alignment. But it begins with your thoughts. I mean, even before that, it actually begins with knowing what you want. I mean, because if you don't even know what you want, if you're not specific and clear on what your desire is, and get really clear and really focused, I'm telling you, you can go all over the place, and you could be thinking about manifesting one thing one day, and then the next week you're thinking about something else, and you haven't even completed that one yet. And so when you're not clear on what you want, when you're not very specific, when you're not very focused, then you have a tendency to kind of, that's the message that that is being sent and generated to the universe. So you've got to control your thinking. It is so important. So your thoughts really do, how you think about something, it's going to affect the reality that you see in the world. And there's not just one reality happening. Okay. There is a reality from my point of view, and there's a reality from your point of view. And no two people see a reality exactly the same way. Through all of our filters, through all of our beliefs, the things that we believe, through what we believe about other people, what we believe about ourselves, through our memories, through our environment, through discussions that we have with people. We all see things through a whole different filter system. All right. And so your thoughts, how you think about something, it's impacted by that filter system. But your thoughts can also impact that filter system. Okay. And it can change how you start to view life. All right. So, but everything is your interpretation. It's your interpretation. If you think it's really, you think rich people are bad and out to scam people, and they're not good, then you're probably gonna struggle to have money, because you're not going to allow yourself to be like the bad people. All right. If you look at people who have found love and you feel jealous, okay, what kind of a message are you sending the universe when you feel jealous that somebody else has found the love of their life? You're basically saying, well, they have, but I'm not going to, for whatever reason. So you want to be happy for people who have the things that you ultimately aspire to have. All right. So you can really use your thoughts to help to generate better thoughts and ultimately create your reality. So I want you to, if you are ready right now to learn this technique on how you can do it, it's very simple. I just want you to type in, I'm ready, in the comments. I'm ready Just type in, I'm ready. I'm going to go on and let you know, okay, how to do this. All right. If you're ready to hear how to keep yourself motivated to practice this every day, all right, to control your thoughts, to get more control over your life, because your thoughts ultimately do control your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to interrupt and replace your thoughts. So the very first step to do this, all right, and you can go ahead and type in the comments as I'm giving you the steps to do this. Go ahead and help yourself out by actually typing this in so that you have notes, you're taking notes. The first step is to acknowledge the thought, all right? First, you want to start to, even before, let me backing up, before even acknowledging the thoughts, you've got to like have a little bit of, first of all, you've got to acknowledge that the negative thinking is not going to get you what you want. You got to be thinking about what you do want. So you got to know that up front. How do you know if you're not, thinking productively? You need to listen. You need to start to become aware of the inner dialogue that is happening in your mind. Start to actually pay attention. Choose to listen as an observer. Just observe, don't judge. Just observe the thoughts as they are happening. When you hear, and you will hear, because none of us are 100% perfect at this, all right? I even have negative thoughts, and I've been teaching this stuff for years. We all do. They're not going to go away. However, you're going to minimize them. All right. You're going to become much, much more in tune. You're going to notice them, and it's going to take some discipline. It's going to take some discipline. You have to want your dreams. You have to want change. You have to want your goals to manifest. I can't make that happen for you. I can't want it for you. I want it for you, but my wanting it is not enough for you to have it happen for you. In order for you to have this happen, you've got to have some discipline. You've got to have some motivation. So the first step, again, is acknowledge the thought. All right. Once you hear the thought, and you hear the thought something like, I am never going to be successful. All right. I'm never going to be successful. Or I'm never going to break out of this rut that I'm in, or I'm never going to, meet the right person, or the right job is never going, whatever it is. Okay. Whatever's happening, when you hear yourself saying that, acknowledge it. All right. I just said the negative thought. I just said that negative thought. Now you want to interrupt that thought, and you want to replace it with a more desirable thought. All right. So what's the best way to interrupt? So interrupt is number 2. Write that down. Interrupt and replace with a more desirable thought. Let's just say number 2 is interrupt, and number 3 is replace. All right. So interrupt. How do you do that? All right. So I would suggest that to interrupt the thought, you do something that is like attention getting. You want to bring your mind to attention so that you're, right now, you're just kind of, in your mind, your thoughts are just kind of going along the same very worn neural pathways. And those neural pathways, they get deeper and deeper and deeper, so that you just, you keep thinking the same pattern over and over again. And that same pattern of thinking is ultimately going to create the same feelings, the same results. Day in, day out, you're thinking the same things, you're feeling the same way, you're creating the same results, and it's just on automatic pilot. It's just on repeat. How do you get it to get off of the habit trail, okay, the hamster wheel? How do you get it to stop? All right. Well, here's one way. You could literally say stop. Okay. You could literally just say stop. All right. You could literally say cancel. Okay. You could clap. All right. Sometimes, it's just like you could shake it out. You could just shake it out. All right. You could, you know, just whatever works for you. Find a way to like get attention. How would you get your attention? All right. What was I just thinking right now? What was I just thinking right now? Maybe that you just ask yourself a question. What was I just thinking right now? What is that getting me? Where is this leading me to? And then, so once you've acknowledged and then you've interrupted, just shake it out, clap, snap, do something that's going to cause that, you know, that to interrupt. And you want to go in a different direction. Now you want to create a new neural pathway in your brain and with a new, more desirable thought. So what's the new thought? What's the new thought that you need to be thinking instead? All right. So if it was, you know, I'm never going to manifest enough money to be happy. All right. So that's not a very productive thought. You're probably right. Right. So how about like, I am open to an abundance from the universe. I am, you know, something different, just something that changes the thought to something that is believable. All right. You don't want to lie to yourself. So, you know, like we were talking about yesterday with the affirmations, something that you can believe. Okay. And just switch. You just want to switch to the new thought, switch to the new thought, switch to the new thought. All right. And then this reprograms your subconscious mind. And when I say that, it literally, what I mean by it's reprogramming the subconscious mind, it's causing that if you do this enough times, and you're going to need to do it enough times on those negative thoughts, it's literally going to rewire the neuroplasty inside your brain. It's literally going to like create like less deep grooves, okay, for the old thought. You know, it's kind of like a hiking trail. If you think of it like in terms of like a hiking trail, it's all, you know, you just keep going back and forth through that same trail. Okay, so whenever you go on that trail, like you see it, it's there, and you don't even think about this new trail. But if you start going down this new trail, eventually that one is going to be worn. If you stop going down the old trail, that one's just gonna start to like get closed off. You're not even gonna go there anymore. It's just gonna be automatic for you to start to go down the new trail. So that's exactly how your thoughts work. When you're thinking the same kind of thing, you're doing the same thing, it's creating a very worn trail in your brain. It literally in your brain, so that you just like automatically just, oh, you're like a zombie and you're just doing the exact same thing, thinking the same thing over and over again. So that's what you are doing ultimately in your brain when you're stopping the negative thought and you're creating the new positive thought. Now you're going to be more inclined to like, oh, you know, it's like a shock. It's like a pattern interrupt. You're interrupting that old pattern, that old automated way of thinking. And you've got to do this. You've got to do this in order to have the things that you want to manifest in your life. Okay. So just as a little recap, acknowledge the thought, interrupt it, replace it with a more desirable thought. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's just that it's going to require you having the discipline, having the awareness, paying attention, thinking about, you know, what is it that I do want instead? Know what you want and know that it all begins with your thoughts. Is this the only thing in the world that, you know, you need to do? No. I mean, you need to take action. You need to, you know, be mindful of your vibration, and, you know, you need to believe. You need to believe at a very deep level. But this is where it begins, folks. This is absolutely where it begins, is with your own thinking. You totally have control over this. You've got this. If you want to reprogram your mind, you need to do this. All right. So please, if you like this video, if you like this information, if you like what you're hearing, if this is useful for you and helpful, then go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon so that you are alerted when these videos come out. And if you found this useful, if you know somebody else that could be benefiting, you know, that somebody's you want to help them out with their manifesting, share this video. Don't be a miser, okay? Don't keep this all to yourself. Share this with everyone. All right? Share it on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter, and make sure that you are making a positive contribution to society. So I want you to leave one more comment here to really, really make this a wonderful, powerful thing for you to remember. All right. And that is, I am a master of my mind. Remember that. I am a master of my mind. If you're ready to apply these techniques, go ahead and leave that in the comments. I am a master of my mind. Now, if you found this technique interesting and helpful and useful for you, I got to tell you, this book, Practical Law of Attraction, is full of all kinds of techniques dealing with, all the 8 manifesting conditions to help you to attract your desires. We go through the 8 manifesting conditions here, beginning with getting very clear on your desire, your thoughts, your feeling, vibration, your belief, the expectation, the creative attraction, and taking inspired action. I mean, and then of course it goes into all the qualities. This book, #1 best-selling book on Amazon. So go to Amazon. I'm going to leave the link in the description in the comments so that you can get yourself a copy of this book on Amazon. It is life-changing. Read the reviews. It speaks for itself. And it is an amazing, life-changing book. So grab yourself a copy of that. And I also be sure to join me on my other places, all the places. Instagram is Victoria M. Gallagher. YouTube is Victoria Marie Gallagher, and Facebook is Victoria. No, I'm sorry. YouTube is still Hip Talk. Facebook is Victoria Marie Gallagher. Yeah, I got to get all my profiles straightened out. I'm in the middle of getting them all straightened out. So be sure to join me on those places, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a wonderful day. Happy manifesting. Bye.